No door, no yard. Next door neighbour's house is on fire, and I've got a broken arm. So I think I'm going to have to sign off very shortly and get to the hospital, John. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, it's really hurting me, John. Just a quick comment about how I think the show's going so far, and then we'll move on for you to say something.
You know, that sounded like me 20 minutes ago. That brings back memories. So it's been a long time since you and I got to talk, Paul.
Yeah, well, you've had a lot of time to do it. No one's interrupted you.
No, I know. Last time we talked was back at that Christmas thing we did about a year and a half ago.
Well,
a year ago. No, it was only a year ago.
No,
See?
it's 10 months ago.
Yeah, I'm getting old, you know, and my memory is slipping, and I'm losing it, and sometimes I forget what happened yesterday, but I remember what happened 20 years ago. I can tell you that.
Yes, my name's not Daphne, it's Paul, John. Yes, I remember that show 10 months ago, and I thought that was a great show, and I've put it out on many radio stations since then. I just thought that was a very, very funny show, and you and Shady did a great job on that.
No, you did a great job. You and the twin did a magnificent job. Hey, you listening there? Don't go anywhere. The John LeBang Show's gonna be right back. Just ask the hillbilly.
That's right. Right after this.
What about me? Maybe next time. Check out the new book from Derek Shelmerdine,
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
It tells the story of rock and roll from its roots right up until the mid-'70s punk.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Not just the music, but also the events that shaped the music.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
It includes the backgrounds to recording sessions, singles, album releases, births and deaths, epic concerts, and festivals.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Shelmerdine has made a painstaking effort to document pretty much every event that would prove significant in shaping popular music.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Purchase the book at www.rockandrollunraveled.com. Follow him at Twitter at R&R Unraveled, and look him up on Facebook at Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Rock and Roll Unraveled.
By author Derek Shelmerdine.
Available now. You're listening to the John LeBang Show.
It's a hell of a good time, isn't it? You had everybody rolling here in the studio. We couldn't even get a word in edgewise because you guys were just complete mayhem. And that's what your show is about, isn't it? Mayhem.
No, it's just a straight talking music program. I just play a few, rock songs that I like, give out a few facts, and that's it, John. There's really no more to it. I don't know where you're coming from on this.
What do you mean? You're copying the John LeBang Show now?
What can I say? My idol, my mentor. I follow in his footsteps.
You're aiming really low. I'm just saying.
Can I just say, John, about listening figures? I've just had some correspondence from your sponsors, because I know you've got a few. Don't know why, but you have. And your sponsors have agreed, and this is good news for you, that the more listeners that you get, the more money you are going to get from the sponsors, not only to produce the show, but to pay you a working wage. And can I just say that at the moment, they are saying to me that you are in debt with them and looking for a new job. And can I just reassure you that there is a wonderful advertisement here in Detroit for restroom janitors in your area.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Paul. John's already outselling his body to fat ladies. Hey, you gotta get it where you can get it, Paul. That's all I can say.
Yes.
And I will tell you that it's only fat, ugly women from the east side of Detroit.
Well, when things get a bit tight, John, I go out on the game. I sell my body. And what I usually do to make a bit extra money, because most of the time I usually have to pay them to do it, is I stand outside KFC and offer them a bargain bucket.
How much is that bargain bucket?
Well, I'm very reasonable. It's 25 cents for an hour. So by the time I've finished, I'm very tired and I've made $1. It goes towards paying the bills, so who's to complain?
You know, $1's $1.
So, Shady.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I was just going to say something, but I've just had this...
You had a Batman thing out last week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did have a Batman thing out last week.
Why don't you tell everybody about that one?
The Misadventures of Batman. Now, my creation, Batman, is different to the one that you see in the films. For a start, he's naked. No, it's different from the one you see in the films because this Batman is very irritable. He's an egomaniac, and he is absolutely hopeless at putting things right. In fact, when he's finished trying to sort out trouble, he makes it 10 times worse. For example, there was a riot, and I was surrounded by rioters, and I called out for help, and Batman turned up, and he exclaimed that he was going to get rid of the rioters. He's going to bring peace to the area. But what did he do? He started looting shops and beating everybody up because he wanted a DVD player, and started stashing all the gear in his Batmobile and drove off. So this is the kind of idiot that we're dealing with. You know, if there is a catastrophe where there's an oil tanker on fire, by the time he's finished, the whole of the town will be burnt to the ground.
Sounds like John.
Well, originally, I did the interview for Batman. I interviewed myself, but I didn't get it, John, because I was considered to be too athletic. So... Well, it finally went down. There was a whole...
I know when I look at your Facebook, your physique is like Arnold Schwarzenegger's.
That's right. You're absolutely right, John. I love you because you speak the truth. If it's breaking up here, actually, John. Can you hit your end?
No, we're hearing you fine over here. It's broke.
All I can make out is I love you. I want to massage your little toes with peppermint cream oil.
That might be the other show on this station.
I just made an adjustment, and it seems like we're actually coming through fine now.
Sometimes
John,
men have to make an adjustment.
This is what I want to ask you because, actually the person who did get the role for Batman was Roseanne Barr, and I think that was a great choice. I would like to head over to Detroit and see you, and various whorehouses on the way. And I was just wondering, before I get to you with a big smile on my face, what is the music scene like over there? Will there be places for me to play?
Sure, you can play skin flute anywhere you want. People pay you for that around here. You know what skin flute is?
No, I don't, John.
You probably don't want to then. Now, if you want to see hookers, we've got lots of those. They actually advertise on Craigslist if you want it.
Really? Now, that's interesting because what I thought I would do is not look any further than your house.
Shady has them over all the time, so, sometimes you got to pay for it because it don't come free when you're old and you got wrinkly balls and all. I mean, not every woman wants to see gray, wrinkly balls, so you got to pay for it. And even the young ones ask for a lot of money. It's like, no, thank you, I don't want it. Please give me twice the money.
What I've decided to do, John, as you're getting a little bit excited about all this, is just play some relaxing music and just sit back and put your feet up, preferably not in your mouth, and just sit back and relax and just take in this wonderful music, because at this time of day I like to sit back on the couch and drink some champagne and smoke a cigar and wait for the knock on the door, because that knock on the door will signify not only has my year's supply of Viagra arrived, but also that the prostitutes are here. Oh, here they are now, John. Sorry, I've just got to interrupt the show because this is far more important. Come in, sweetheart. Lovely, yeah. Oh, Paul, where do you want us? Oh, my God. Oh, my. Do you want us over here? I brought some donuts. I don't need this. The wrong kind of... Well, you wanted us, you pretty niggers. Get out. Sorry about that, John.
Sounds like those hookers need a sex change operation.
They're very rough, very rough. So, John,
where do you get hookers out there?
I want to know a little bit more about what's going on over there. Because if I'm heading out there, what can I in Detroit? What can I expect to experience and see?
I'm going to leave that to Shady because he knows Detroit way better than I do.
Yeah, Shady, tell me about Detroit.
Okay, so if you come down to Detroit, what you could see is we could take you down to the new hockey arena.
No, that's boring. I'm talking about.
Well, you don't understand what's around the hockey arena. There are a lot of pretty women down there, and then you can look at boobies all day. That's worth going, isn't it? Now, if you don't like boobies, we could take you down Gratiot Avenue there and head down there, and you can go into the ghetto. And if you want to go into the ghetto, you know what you see in the ghetto? You see burned out houses, you see drunk people on the side of the road, you even see a person peeing here and there if you look close enough. Now, you also can get a hooker, but the ones down there you may not want to touch, because everybody else has touched them, and you don't want to be touched by whatever they've been touching. That's boring, huh? See what else? We could take you down to the Detroit Zoo, see some of my ex-girlfriend's family.
Oh, do you know I had a terrible nightmare just then, John? I dreamt that I was actually on your show. Oh, that was horrible.
It's not a nightmare. It's reality. We're in the Matrix, man.
I had another one last night. I woke up and dreamt I was untalented. God, that was a killer. Oh, that was such a nightmare. Oh.
So tell us about your music, Paul.
I just got something here first, John.
What's that?
I'll talk to you about music. I'm very interested in learning about the great disasters and extinctions of the world. And number one, the great disasters comes up as the John LeBang show. But if you go further down the list, right,
at least this episode is a disaster, right?
Yeah, extinctions. I mean, I'm looking at extinctions because I'm fascinated by them. Extinctions that applies to John LeBang's listening audience, which after this show has definitely become extinct. But if we go a little bit further down the list, what causes these great extinctions to happen? Well, it's not me. No, it's not you. No, that's Camp Alien. By the way, I've got this little alien who lives in the shed. Well, he used to. Bob burnt it down. He can't. But he now lives upstairs in the back room, the music room. And he comes down every now and again. He likes a little chat. He's actually looking for his ancestral trees, tracking to see, where his ancestors come.
And you say he's an alien?
He's an alien. Yeah, he's an alien.
Maybe some of his ancestors are from Mexico.
Well, so far, John, and you're far out of it, but so far, he's tracked them down to Betelgeuse. That's a star in the galaxy if it doesn't exist. And it's because he lives in a fairyland of make-believe. But
we have fairies on this show sometimes too.
Yeah, there's definitely one over there. And he's just looking for evidence of ancient alien activity on the Earth. People like von Daniken used to write about the ancient alien theory, that ancient aliens came down to Earth and influenced human development. He's very interested in that. And he's on like a sabbatical. And he's staying with me for a couple of months while he searches this out. Although in England, he hasn't found much evidence yet.
Well, that's because he's got to go see Hillary Clinton.
Who's this dickhead I'm talking to? That's John LeBang. And that's a bit rude, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, yeah, all right. Maybe it is an honest opinion, but, we're on here. Keep it to yourself. So, John, great disasters. Get on with it. All right. I will get on with it. Get on with it. Okay, so great disasters and extinctions. So the Sri Lankan tidal wave, John, well, I've tracked that one back to... This occurred when you were on holiday and went swimming off the coast of Africa.
You had bad gas that day.
Yes, we know. We experienced it over there. Anyway, number two. Oh, this is professional, isn't it? Now, number two. What you do number two now, you dirty bastard?
John, will you shut up so he can talk, please?
He's just swinging on my balls at the moment.
That's like a cherry picker.
Right, yeah. Right, the extinction of the dinosaurs. Oh, I know this one. Go on in.
Well, they just died out, didn't they?
Yeah, that's very enlightening. So the extinction of the dinosaurs